was already kind of expecting it. I knew the kid was scared from the start. I knew he was scared from the jump. When I seen him, he was definitely scared. So I think he's a punk.
We got a phone call late last night from the board to say they will not be permitting him to box. And the horrible search begins.
It is what it is. I'm over the moon to get the opportunity.
In a shocking turn of events that has left the boxing world completely stunned, Floyd Schofield has been unexpectedly withdrawn from his highly anticipated showdown against Shakur Stevenson. The British Boxing Board of Control made the difficult decision on Tuesday after Schofield Jr. fell seriously ill and had to be hospitalized in Saudi Arabia. This devastating news has sent ripples through the WBC lightweight title bout preparation. The situation took an even more dramatic turn when Schofield Sr., filled with anger and concern for his son, made serious accusations against Stevenson's team. In an emotional outburst, he claimed they had poisoned his son in a malicious attempt to harm him. Taking to Twitter with raw fury, Schofield Sr. unleashed his feelings. "You're soft, and we still want to fight your soft self. The British board pulled the fight, not us. You have a very dirty team now. You fight someone easy now, super soft. You will learn about the spiritual realm soon. Only a soft team would poison an opponent." His pain and frustration continued to pour out in another heartfelt tweet. "You both were cool. Why try to kill him? We supposed to solve things in the rings as boxers. That was very foul from your team." However, Spencer Oliver, who witnessed everything firsthand at the grand ceremony in Riyadh season, painted a different picture. With genuine concern, he clarified that Schofield Jr.'s withdrawal was purely due to medical health conditions, gently dismissing the swirling conspiracy theories.
Who unfortunately, down to medical grounds, has had to pull out of that fight now. There's been all sorts of conspiracy theories on why he's had to pull out. I tried to contact Robert Smith this morning. He got back to me. I believe he's coming on actually shortly to explain exactly what's happened, but he's pulled out through medical grounds.
Adding his voice to the situation, Robert Smith, the General Secretary of the British Boxing Board of Control, spoke firmly but compassionately about their decision. He emphasized that pulling Schofield Jr. from the fight was based solely on serious health concerns. When asked about the explosive accusations made by Floyd Schofield Sr., Smith responded with measured words, stating he had absolutely no knowledge of such troubling claims.
Robert, but in the past few moments, Schofield's father has told Talksport.com, quotes, "Someone tried to kill my son."
All I can tell you, Jim, is that he went to a hospital and is deemed not to box. I don't know the ins and outs of it all yet. I'm just dealing with the medical facts, and he's not boxing.
While the fallout between Schofield and Stevenson has left everyone in the boxing community reeling. Stevenson, clearly frustrated by the situation, didn't hold back his feelings. He revealed that he had sensed this coming and boldly claimed that Floyd Schofield Jr. had been afraid to face him in the ring. His disappointment and anger were evident as he criticized Schofield Jr.'s decision to withdraw from the fight.
Some wild stuff being spouted around. Let's hope he turns up, eh? I mean, you know, I think it's a really good fight. I like Floyd Schofield and I like his dad. I've never met him, but I like the way they're here. They're rolling the dice, and that's what you should be doing. He's a good fighter. Like, that's not an easy fight for Shakur, but I believe Shakur's special, and I think he'll win the fight.
The boxing community finds itself caught in a storm of emotions as they grapple with this unexpected turn of events. The tension is palpable as accusations fly, casting dark shadows over what should have been an epic bout. The integrity of the sport hangs in the balance while Schofield SR's serious claims about his son being poisoned have created a whirlwind of controversy. In the midst of this chaos, Eddie Hearn stepped forward to address the wild accusations surrounding Shakur Stevenson and Floyd Schofield. With unwavering conviction, he defended Shakur's abilities, stating that he could defeat anyone at 135, and firmly rejected any suggestions of foul play.
Some wild stuff being spouted around. Let's hope he turns up, eh? I mean, you know, I think it's a really good fight. I like Floyd Schofield and I like his dad. I've never met him, but I like the way they're here. They're rolling the dice, and that's what you should be doing. He's a good fighter. Like, that's not an easy fight for Shakur, but I believe Shakur's special, and I think he'll win the fight.
Drama had been brewing weeks before this explosive news broke. During an appearance on Andre Ward's podcast, The Art of Ward, Stevenson had shared his growing concerns about Schofield Jr.'s commitment to the fight. He pointed to troubling social media posts from Floyd Schofield Sr. and revealed shocking accusations made against him, including claims that he had sent a mole into Schofield Jr.'s camp and attempted to steal their passport. Eddie Hearn, trying to maintain perspective, acknowledged the heated passport controversy between the fighters but suggested it was all part of the natural build-up to the fight. Despite Schofield Jr.'s absence from the press conference, Hearn remained hopeful about seeing him step into the ring soon.
Broke into his house and ripped out his signature page from the passport so he couldn't come to the presser. I mean, we wanted him to come to the presser. It was actually a bit of an inconvenience, to be honest with you. So, yeah, it's all a bit wild, but listen, it's all part of the build-up, and there's a bit of spicy bad blood in that fight.
Soon, as news of Schofield Jr.'s withdrawal spread like wildfire through the boxing world, fans were left wondering who would step into the spotlight as his replacement. Eddie Hearn, speaking with quiet confidence to Matchroom Boxing, addressed the burning speculation about Stevenson's next opponent. With careful consideration, he revealed Josh Padley as the chosen fighter, emphasizing the thoughtful reasoning behind this significant decision.
And you need to get someone here to fight Shakur Stevenson. You really need to get someone here from the rankings. You really need to get someone here that's credible. You need to get someone here that His Excellency is pleased with. You need to get someone here that Shakur's happy with, and that's basically anybody. And we turned our attention to 3 or 4 fighters, and up steps Josh Padley, 15-0, number 12 in the WBC, and also, more importantly, fresh off a massive win on Riyadh season against Mark Chamberlain, His Excellency's favourite.
Shakur Stevenson's response to Josh Padley's selection revealed his warrior spirit. With unwavering determination, he declared his readiness to face any challenger, even stating that if Lomachenko had been chosen, it wouldn't have fazed him. His confidence radiated as he spoke about being in peak condition and prepared for whatever challenges lay ahead.
Yes, I mean, I watched one round. I'm in shape. I mean, they could have sent anybody. They could have said, Lomachenko, let's fight. I'd have said, let's do it, so. The
tension was evident during Shakur Stevenson's conversation with Lou Hart of The Ring magazine at the Grand Arrivals. While Stevenson made his appearance, Schofield Jr.'s absence spoke volumes. Stevenson couldn't hide his surprise at how events had unfolded, reflecting deeply on the unexpected situation.
Honestly, that's when I kind of figured, I started getting a little worried right then and there, just because of the fact that we had the weigh-in tomorrow. And it's just like, now you don't show up to an event, but you've been to every other event out here. But the weigh-in is tomorrow, now you're not showing up. So in my brain, I'm like, okay, maybe he need a lot of time to go cut some weight. He gonna go work out. And
furthermore, in discussing the moment he learned about Schofield Jr. being pulled from the fight, Stevenson's frustration was palpable. He spoke critically about what he perceived as poor guidance in Schofield Jr.'s camp, expressing with conviction that he had seen this outcome coming from miles away.
Honestly, it was a up and down feeling, because it was like, truthfully, I kind of already predicted that he wasn't gonna fight me. When I seen that kid fight week, I'm like, he's a lost little kid. He don't know no better. He don't got no real guidance. His dad trying to guide him, but he ain't got no real guidance. So, honestly, I didn't think it was no way that anybody would put that little kid in 8-ounce gloves in the ring with me. I didn't see that happen.
Meanwhile, in Riyadh, legendary boxing promoter Oscar De La Hoya shared his thoughts with Radio Raheem about the situation. His words carried the weight of experience as he acknowledged that once the British board made their decision, there was simply no going back. While carefully avoiding direct criticism, De La Hoya emphasized the paramount importance of prioritizing a fighter's health, showing subtle but clear support for Schofield Jr.'s position.
Fortunate that Schofield had to pull out. Doctor's orders. Look, I saw the pictures, and he did not look well. Obviously, the commission, the British board didn't approve it for him to fight, and there's nothing we can do. So health is first, and that's all that matters.
When it comes to the conversation around fighter health took center stage, but it was the swirling conspiracy theories that truly captured people's attention. De La Hoya addressed these sensitive matters with careful consideration, revealing that while he didn't have all the information, he was in active discussions with Schofield and his team. He stressed the importance of gathering all the facts before jumping to conclusions about such serious allegations.
The allegations, look, there's no facts right now. There's no facts, so we must get the facts first and then see exactly what happened. I really don't know what happened. I got the call that he's in the hospital. I did get the call that Turkey and Salah were very genuinely concerned about him and facilitated the hospital and this and that. So yeah, thank you to Turkey and Salah for making sure that he's okay first.
Frank Warren's response to the controversy came from a place of professional distance, noting that since Floyd Schofield wasn't one of his fighters, he viewed the situation differently. However, his support for the British Boxing Board of Control's decision was unwavering. With genuine concern, he advised against Schofield competing while his health was compromised. Amid the
He's not my fighter. He's not, all I know is the Board of Control. He was taken, or he went to hospital, and they was kept him in for test. And as a result of that, the Board of Control have made, and I think quite rightly, made a decision he shouldn't be able to fight. Now, if somebody's been in hospital, even if they come out and say they're okay and something went wrong, how do we explain that away as a sport? Yeah. And that's it. And he's made a few statements. I've seen all that stuff. But at the end of the day, it's the board's decision. That's where we are when we're looking for another opponent.
Among controversies, Shakur Stevenson maintained his composure while making his position clear. With evident frustration, he dismissed what he called the clown business from Schofield's team, expressing his strong desire to stay above such drama.
I try not to get into the clown stuff. Like, I know it's clown business, so when you try to insert yourself in that, you kind of is going with the circus. So I'm trying to stay away from the circus. Truthfully, I know it's some clown stuff. None of my former opponents have ever said any of this stuff. They never complained about anything.
Shakur Stevenson's previous warnings about this outcome gained newfound significance, with Eddie Hearn confirming the fighter's prescient concerns. Hearn provided a detailed account of their arrival in Riyadh, describing how Stevenson had anticipated this exact scenario unfolding.
Well, I've never met Floyd Schofield, and I've never met his dad.
Yeah.
When the fight was made, Shakur said to me, he won't fight me.
Yeah.
I said, well, he signed to fight you. He will not get in the ring with me. And when he arrived on Saturday or whatever it was, and I saw Schofield in Saudi, I texted Shakur and I said, told you, he's there. Your boy's there. That was my exact words. He went, I bet he don't fight me. I'm like, of course he will. He's in Saudi. And throughout those days that followed, you just saw this unbelievable madness of comments and these bizarre interviews.
Hearn then shared the compelling story of finding Schofield's replacement. His choice of Josh Padley, a part-time electrician, represented more than just filling a vacant spot. Hearn spoke passionately about how this selection embodied the spirit of opportunity that Riyadh's season brings to boxing. He emphasized how these events have the power to transform lives, creating extraordinary opportunities for fighters willing to seize their moment.
Search started for a new fight, and it's very difficult. People don't really understand. I wouldn't even call it a skill. It's just common sense and streetwise and hustle at that point to make sure Shakur Stevenson fights. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So we went to His Excellency's house at 2 o'clock in the morning and gave him the options. He went with Padley because Padley beat his guy, Mark Chamberlain, on Riyadh season. And we got in touch with Steffi Ball and Tom Stalker, and we made a deal that will give Josh Padley a shot at the world title, and more importantly, a new house.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what it's all about. Riyadh season, once again, changing lives on many different levels.
With Schofield's withdrawal reshaping the narrative, Shakur Stevenson faced new challenges. Eddie Hearn offered measured praise for Stevenson's abilities while acknowledging the pressures of adapting to a new opponent. He advised against getting distracted by potential rivalries, particularly with Devin Davis, encouraging Stevenson to focus entirely on delivering an exceptional performance on Saturday night and proving his status as an elite fighter.
In my opinion, Shakur's top 5 pound for pound. He's fighting a guy that he's proved himself as British European level, right? The world stage is a massive step up for Josh Padley. But as you heard from that voice note, at least you've got a Brit coming in, will give it 110%, will go for it every single round. And listen, it may well play into Shakur's hands, but Shakur's now got to deal with all this shit going on. All the hard graft training for this style of fighter, all the bullshit on social media, and still do a job on Saturday. But that's the plan, do a job, and just give us that Gervonta Davis fight. He's ready. There's no point mucking around in these fights. Lamont Roach, Kid Schofield, All these guys. Just stick them in together, but must do a job first on Saturday.
Teddy Atlas added his expert voice to the chorus of support for Shakur Stevenson, providing an in-depth analysis of the fighter's remarkable capabilities. He detailed Stevenson's technical excellence, particularly highlighting his adaptability and mastery of controlling the fight's pace. Atlas emphasized the daunting challenge any opponent faces when stepping into the ring with such a skilled technician.
Listen, Shakur's a terrific boxer, tremendous talent. And he's got a very difficult style to decipher. You know, when you fight him, you have to not only deal with his talent, his great ability, but that you got to find a way to, again, to decipher his style. He's got a style that is very difficult to overcome and to look good with.
In addition to praising, Atlas's analysis extended to the potential future matchup between Stevenson and Gervonta Davis, his enthusiasm evident as he described this dream bout. He painted a vivid picture of how their contrasting styles would create an electrifying spectacle. Stevenson's precision and defensive mastery against Davis's aggressive knockout power. For Atlas, this potential clash represented the future of lightweight boxing.
He's got fast hands, he's got good eyes, you know, he's comfortable in the ring, he has that great amateur pedigree, you know, he's a tremendous counterpuncher, real good defensive fighter, you know, he controls space as well as anybody, you know, I for myself would love to see him and Tank Davis.
Ariel Helwani shared his perspective on the situation, expressing appreciation for the swift securing of a replacement while lamenting the loss of what promised to be one of Riyadh's season's marquee matchups. His disappointment reflected the broader boxing community's feelings about missing out on a highly anticipated clash between two rising stars. Day Oladipo.
The good news here is they're looking for a very late replacement. Shakur is not left on the sidelines, but this fight, which had so much juice to it, so much back and forth, and all the drama and all the mysteries surrounding the no-shows back in January and today, now officially, painfully seems to be off at it.
Echoing Ariel Helwani's, Depot shared the widespread disappointment in seeing this highly anticipated matchup dissolve. He spoke with genuine feeling about the electric buildup that had surrounded the fight, reflecting on how the intense promotion had created tremendous anticipation for what promised to be an explosive showdown. With candid honesty, Oladipo admitted that when the fight was first announced, he had harbored doubts about whether Floyd Schofield Jr. was truly prepared for such a monumental challenge.
Crazy. Honestly, it's crazy. It's so disappointing because this was probably the only fight on the card where there was a bit of heat. All the other fighters are quite respectful of each other, which, look, ultimately means nothing. They're going to go and fight, but I do like a bit of heat between fighters. When the fight was initially made, I was like, okay, Floyd's not ready. Oscar tried to block the fight. Floyd and his dad pushed the fight through. And so to be here on the 11th hour, if you like, for the fight to be pulled or for Floyd to be injured.
Day Oladipo went. Delving deeper into the situation, Oladipo offered his insights into the swirling conspiracy theories about Floyd's weight management struggles. Drawing from his personal observations, he noted, "I will say this. I don't know if Floyd and his father are used to the British Boxing Board of Control rules. There will be a weight check as you lead up to the fight. I did see Floyd yesterday. I was like, wow, you big. So I do wonder if there's an issue with him trying to cut as much weight to make the weight check." While acknowledging these were merely speculative thoughts, his disappointment in the situation was unmistakable. Oladipo raised serious concerns about the viability of the replacement matchup with Josh Padley, particularly regarding the weight considerations. He emphasized the near impossibility of achieving proper fighting condition with just 3 days' notice, describing the situation as crazy and questioning how the weight dynamics would play out in the actual fight.
I've never ever heard of the Moroccan guy. And look, that's just me being honest. I've never heard. Josh Padley, I know. Obviously, Josh Padley caused the upset beating Mark Chamberlain. I mean, what weight is Josh Padley going to have to make? I mean, does Shakur stop cutting weight now and this fight all of a sudden become a 140 or a 147 fight? I mean, I understand the want to keep Shakur on the card, but I don't know anyone that can come in on 3 days' notice and be in shape. I always say fighters to stay in shape.
Yeah.
Right? You know, stay ready, don't get ready. But not with 3 days. I'm more talking a couple of weeks. 3 days for anyone fighting Shakur Stevenson who is in shape is just going to be a crazy mismatch. Honestly, it's going to be a crazy mismatch.
Although Oladipo showed, despite his reservations about the matchup, Oladipo maintained a balanced perspective, offering praise for Josh Padley's impressive victory over Mark Chamberlain at the Wembley card. However, he couldn't ignore the significant weight disparities, analyzing how this crucial factor might influence the upcoming fight's dynamics. While
I hope he gets the opportunity, because again, he came and beat Mark Chamberlain, which was an upset on the Wembley card. But I mean, what's he walking around at now? I mean, these guys normally cut down. Josh Padley's a lightweight. These guys normally walk around about 170 and cut down to that weight. I don't know where he's at right now.
Critics questioned Padley's place on the fight card. The replacement fighter maintained unwavering focus on the task ahead. With remarkable composure, he addressed the concerns about accepting such a high-profile fight on just 4 days' notice, sharing his approach to managing the immense pressure and his determination to maximize this unexpected opportunity.
I mean, from everybody else's opinion, I probably don't belong on this card, so it's my job there on Saturday night to prove that I can on 4 days' notice as well. It is what it is. I'm over the moon to get the opportunity, and with everybody saying what they're saying, I'll still go in there and give it everything. I'm not wired up that I don't give it all, so that's what I'll be doing.
With a spirit to win, Padley's warrior spirit shone through as he declared, "With everybody saying what they're saying, I'll still go in there and give it everything. I'm not wired up that I don't give it all, so that's what I'll be doing with a spirit to win the fight." While acknowledging that a longer training camp would have been ideal, his confidence remained unshaken as he emphasized his current fitness level as a key factor in his potential victory.
An 8-week camp would have been nice. I mean, a 2-week camp would have been nice. Yeah. But we had to settle for 4 days. But still, nevertheless, make no difference. I'm not a big. It's not like I'm drinking and stuff like that and partying or anything like that. I'm in the gym. So I'm fitness, like I say, I'm going to be making weight, and I'm going to be in there Saturday night trying to get that win with that mindset of getting the win.
The last-minute cancellation of the sudden cancellation of the Stevenson-Schofield bout has sent shockwaves through the boxing world, with Schofield Sr.'s serious accusations of murder assault against Stevenson adding a dark dimension to their rivalry. As questions persist about these troubling claims, attention now turns to the intriguing matchup between Stevenson and Padley. While experts had been anticipating an epic showdown, this unexpected substitution has dramatically altered the narrative. The boxing community now watches with bated breath to see how this remarkable turn of events will unfold. We'd love to hear your thoughts on this dramatic change in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates on this developing story.